Now we'll be moving into a game two, and this is going to be an exciting one. It's going to be AHQ Esports Club going up against the Saigon Jokers.
Sure will be. So we're going to have Cassidy being banned out once again in this game right off the bat by AHQ Esports Club. No team right now, no team thinks that Cassidy got nerfed.
No, yeah, everyone thinks that Cassidy got buffed, I think, for this guys, because AHQ is actually banning out very key picks, I think, in assassin-type comp with Cassidy and Vi. You know, these guys can just go in. We saw how Vi was effective earlier on for Infinity, although it was one of the key factors actually pulling back into that game.
It sure was, and Vi was able to create the plays that were necessary for Infinity to try and stay in that game.
Right, Renekton and Elise, two bans which have been, we saw Elise banned in game one, and I'm surprised that we've only seen the Renekton ban come out now after 2 weeks, because everyone loves him, everyone loves playing him, he scales so well, he doesn't have that many counters like we were talking about earlier on.
Banning out Renekton, though, will leave Jax available, so either team could pick up Jax and not have too many hard counters to him in the lane.
Right, and Nidalee as well. So they're taking the Nidalee to take it away from Nixwater, and I like that. That's a good thing coming out from AHQ. If I'm not mistaken, Naz will be playing for them in the mid lane today. Yes.
So nearly taken away from Saigon Jokers, so to speak. So they won't. Nixwater will not be able to pick that one up, as you said. In solo queue recently, we've seen quite a few Nidalees go to the top lane once again, building up Iceborne Gauntlet and a few other tanky items, but still going more towards the AP tanky side.
Right.
Aatrox not being banned out, also being picked up here.
Right, so Saigon Jokers want to run that in the jungle, and that means, no, it could be, now that's the mind games going on, because you could see a top lane Lisa, which is very, very rare, or you can see a top lane Aatrox, which is more common in that sense. So, we'll see how it goes. I'm predicting the Aatrox top, yeah.
I think we will see Aatrox top here, just because I'm using the Cho'Gath mentality of Season 1 right now, where Cho'Gath was not seen in the jungle early Season 1 and Season 2, just because everybody said, if you're not putting Cho'Gath top lane, you're wasting his potential.
Right, and then suddenly...
Which is pretty much what I think Lee Sin is right now. If you're not putting Lee Sin in the jungle, you're wasting his potential, even though he's still quite decent at top lane.
Right. I absolutely agree with that. And if this Lucian pick comes out, then I'm going to have a bit of a second guess, because a lot of the strong AD carries are still, minus Corki who's been banned out, a lot of people can still go toe-to-toe with Lucian in that early to mid game. And with the Fiddlestick support, yeah, it does signal aggression, but I just don't know how it's going to scale, especially now that SAJ has locked in that Jax pick. Wow.
Saigon Jokers team composition just looks really, really scary right now. I think right now, Saigon Jokers are winning just from their picks and bans alone. AHQ have picked up a niche AP carry being Nidalee. They've picked up a niche AD carry being Lucian right now, who I don't really think fits into the meta very well. He's very good wave clear as an AD carry and can hold off sieges very efficiently, but I don't think he's very strong as an AD carry right now.
Right. I think what we've seen in the pro scene at least is that if they want that good wave clear coupled with the good dueling potential, then Graves actually does that way better than Lucian at the moment, because the burst is higher at the very least. The good thing is that the trades coming from Lucian in the early laning phase tends to be better if everyone's committing to those fights. So maybe they want to abuse that to their advantage.
So if AHQ, excuse me, sorry, my mic messing up a little bit there, but if AHQ do lock in these two picks, which they do, Jarvan and Singe, I'm really confused by AHQ's team composition right now.
Right, so Singe probably playing in that top lane, going up against Jax. We could see some really dirty farming going on from Singe up against Jax, which could be fun.
What? Wait, Saigon Jokers, double jungle.
Double jungle.
It has to be.
Because
who needs supports?
Because don't need support. When you play up against Lucian, you don't need support. That's how weak he is right now. So yeah, we're going to see SAJ pull out the double jungle. In fact, I think it's really not that bad if they want to start focusing all that farm onto Jax in that top lane. Because what they can do is utilize, Aatrox and Lee Sin in the jungle means, bam, you are going to have tons of early lockdown and big bursts of damage.
I'm really excited to see this.
I am, me too.
Oh my goodness, double jungle. I'm excited.
I am. And Singe is, I think Pride's going to have a real big problem though with Singe in that top lane. He's going to get bullied big time.
Wait a second. Archie is on Lee Sin. Junie is on Jax. Sorry, excuse me for that mic again. I just got hyped
Yeah,
up. Junie's
wow.
on Jax. QTV's on Gragas. And Nick Waters on Ezreal. I mean,
This is
this is interesting.
this is very interesting. So safety as well.
Very interesting.
Running in that jungle with an Aatrox, something which you don't see from all too often. And Archie not playing AD carry. Now this is insane.
This is, excuse me, once again, this is incredibly insane, especially since Archie's favorite champion, and I would say his best champion,
Is
is
Ezreal.
Ezreal.
It's still Ezreal.
I mean, it was one of the champions, one of the picks which Jad, the commentator for a North American LCS, said that Saigon Jokers have to be shut down on is not allowing Archie to get Ezreal back in the Season 2 World Championships.
Right. One thing that he's great at when it comes to playing that Ezreal is that his aggression is always matched with skill. So sometimes he can be overly aggressive as Ezreal, and then you commit too high, and then that's it. Death.
So, why is Archie on Lee Sin?
Okay, we are gonna try something. So pardon us. We're gonna take this and put this here.
I'm going to take this and put this over here.
The mouthpiece. Okay.
So we just got told that we need to put our mics further away to try and stop this audio interference. So we just thought we have to be further away, but apparently
Apparently it's this.
too close to us.
Yeah.
So caster logic too strong.
Caster logic too strong. Caster logic gaming. That's what we are.
So
yeah.
let's because this is a very interesting team competition from both
is.
teams. I think. I mean, we have Singe, Jarvan, then we have a Nidalee, a Lucian, and a Fiddlesticks. I mean, they could be going for poke here and then using Jarvan and Singe to run away with Lucian. Actually, that could be what they're doing. It might be going for poke and then running away because Singe does damage running away. Lucian does damage running away. Jarvan can run away, I suppose.
I love how you just went. Jarvan can run away. I think most champs can run away. That's the thing. You can press
Effectively.
back. Effectively.
Effectively.
So, but with that being said, I think they do have that sort of like late game. You're right. The siege comp comes in because
Yeah.
Lucian does have a bit of a very good wave clear.
I mean,
even going to LA with the pokes.
Jarvan can Cataclysm and then flag Lance out and
Out
say
of it.
bye-bye,
Bye.
guys. And then we have the double jungle with a lot of people in Saigon Jokers not playing the roles which they are accustomed to.
Well, this is going to be a fun match. I don't want to think too deep about this because it looks like both teams are actually going to have just tons of fun with this game.
I think so. I think
One for the fans.
I think AHQ though are going to be quite confused once they see, oh, they have double smite.
I mean, I bet they're confused right now because we are 3 minutes behind them. So
Yes.
in game now they're like, no, why are you doing
Yes,
this?
why are you doing this to us? I mean, I've always theorized that double jungle could work because if you look at the meta right now with the consistent 2v1 swaps, what we're basically seeing is two players top lane with one of those players which just goes into jungle, clears the buffs, comes back to top lane, stops the 2v1 push, goes into jungle, clears the buff, comes to top lane, stops 2v1 push. So we could actually see a 2v1 swap, which I'm thinking will happen. 2v1 swap coming in. Well, they have to do a 2v1 swap just because they only have
They have one.
They have one laner in each lane. So what I think we're going to see is SCJ, Safety, and Archie go into the jungle, clear it out together, and head to that 2v1 lane.
Yeah, that's exactly. I'm thinking they want to dogpile early on. So any 2v1 lane can turn to an easy 3v2. And the other 1v1 lane will easily turn to a 3v1 as well. When you have Aatrox, those early dives are actually really, really easy to just pull off. Because you can die for all you care, because Bloodwell's going to be there at the level 1 to 3 fights.
Combo with Lee Sin with such high mobility and
Big
strong
burst.
laners as well. We have Ezreal, Gragas, and Jax going into the 3 solo lanes. I would assume would be 3 solo lanes. They have great burst, great lockup, great mobility on all of these champions coming from the Saigon Jokers. I think they can pull out this early game. And now
they could
confusion
5-man.
starts.
They could 5-man one lane and then just smite their way through to victory. So.
They sure could, and they have. Look at all the Dorans. I mean, Gragas is QTB's pretty much playing to support this game. He's the only one with a ward.
He's the only one. This is super aggressive. Triple Doran blades on all of. Aside from the double junglers.
I mean, and
Doran blade.
And look at this start coming from Saigon Jokers. Straight away, running down bottom lane. Something you never see. Normally teams run down mid lane, spread out from there because it's the quickest route. They want to get to this bottom lane tri-bush as fast as possible. They're not even going to stop. They're just going to keep going.
This
they are going to
is
stop.
something. This is something that these guys have prepared. That's for sure. I mean, how decisive is this play coming in from SAJ?
Sure, so they did manage to get into this brush here. Gonna see retaliation coming in from AHQ here. They're gonna roam around into the red buff of the Saigon Jokers, but I'm not sure what else they're gonna do here.
Right, so SAJ here is just starting off, going to the back ends, trying to probably want to pick off someone or just at least get that red buff and the deep ward in. When I say ward, I really mean ward because they only have one.
Yes, one ward available. Thank you, Exquisite Gragas, for that one ward that you have provided
You
us
is
today.
true friend.
You're a true friend to
Yeah.
the Saigon Jokers.
Yeah.
That you are. You're a gentleman and a true friend.
And conversely, AHQ going up to the top lane, they've got two really good wards, and they haven't spotted out SAJ as of yet. So both teams are actually playing in the dark.
What I feel HQ need to do now is put Lucian and Fiddlesticks in the mid lane. They need to grab some jungle control. They need to either take red buff at level 1, steal away Saigon Jokers' red buff, which makes the double jungle fall off a little bit more because they cannot take 3 buff camps, and also put Lucian and Fiddlesticks in the mid lane to give them more jungle control away from this heavy to the double jungler that Saigon Jokers currently have.
Right, so Nas here. But I think AHQ is reacting really well. Knowing that there's a double jungle, they decided we're not going to take any risks and let's do a 5-man for that one red buff.
Yeah.
And I think that's a very smart move coming in for them. Safety gets his own blue while Lee Sin steals the enemy red. And this is something I think AHQ is very, very prepared for, and therefore they started at the opponent's red first, seeing as, I mean, intuitively, no, SAJ did not cross this line.
So SJ will still be able to grab a bit more jungle creeps compared to AHQ.
Yeah, but
But-
this is actually a better scenario for HQ to be in.
Yes, it sure is. AHQ played this one out very well. Taking that buff from Saigon Jokers jungle at level 1 will allow them to not give 3 buffs away to Saigon Jokers early. And Archie's pretty much taken Braves, red, and that's it.
Right, that means Jarvan here has that red buff, and one of the junglers is denied that additional gank potential with a missing red in hand. So overall, still I think a brilliant play coming in for SAJ, but AHQ, man, showing that they are unfazed by this so-called new change. And they sent Garena, Devil, and Green Sea to the top lane, and they are going to try their best to fight up against Gragas Esquire.
So we're gonna see Nick Smarter on Ezreal in this mid lane. I think I've seen Nick Smarter play AD carry mid lane a few times, which it's not too uncommon, just rarely played.
In fact, I think he once upon a time used to play AP Ezreal in the mid lane, so not too unfamiliar with the mechanics of Ezreal.
Pride's here, helped out with the jungle.
Oh,
early
going
on.
in, UGB gets that body slam in. Archie going real, trying to go for the safeguard. UG forced the flash though. I don't know if that was the best trade there coming from SAJ.
And I was about to say that since Singe here played by Prides, did help out Jarvan with his blue buff early on, helped out Naz with his blue buff early on. He did come to lane late, which gave Junie a slight advantage on Jax on the spot lane, and Jax already does very
Going
well.
in, uses that ward, gets the knockup onto Green Tea. Will he finish up? Yes, first blood comes in for Archie, finishing up that small bit of the resonating strike with the assassination. Safety does that blood well, so all's good for SAJ. Junie here going trying to put trades with Pride, and Nas just doing a bit of harassment on Things Water, nothing big there. I just realized now Mr. Albus for HQ, we see him now, he's playing the mid lane. My bad, he's playing the mid lane here for HQ. When previously he was in the bot lane.
Yeah,
as
so
the AD.
he's played a few games as the AD carry for AHQ so far, and I think it's been quite good for them.
Yeah, it has been. So with that being said, top lane Garden Devil, previously the jungler for HQ, now running that AD carry. Oh, and yes, he mentions getting that farm under the turret, which is like, to be fair, I think HQ is doing really well against this double jungle meta. They are a bit of goal behind, but considering that there was first blood given up, it's not that bad.
I think that Saigon Jokers are still trying to make this work. Junie, though, will take a tower hit here. Not something you want to do against a Singe is go close to him when his fling is up and his tower is not hitting anything.
Right, and Junie there pushing out a bit of the counter strike. Pride will be forced to farm under the turret, and Singe isn't the best in wave clear early on. So this is a good opportunity for Pride, or rather for Junie to go back, get those items, because the wave has been pushed.
And just look at the early aggression you can see coming in from the players of the Saigon Jokers. We have 2 Doran's Blades on both the junglers right now for the Saigon Jokers. And Ezreal has not gone back to base, but we see Doran's ring picked up by Gragas here, and a Vamp Scepter being picked up by Jax as well.
Wow, just it's like Doran's day for these guys. I love how it looks over here. It really looks fantastic.
So Archie here, not Archie, sorry. I saw Ezreal, Saigon Jokers, Archie.
And Archie. It is natural kind of association. That's the word.
Nyx Water here has gone for a Mana Crystal and a Longsword instead of grabbing that Ruby Crystal to eventually build into a Phage.
Yeah, so it's a bit of mixed signal, right? It's like you're not showing, am I going for Phage first, am I going for Machine first? I'll get both different parts, and therefore I shall confuse the enemy.
So we just saw Naz there try to go into the jungle of the Saigon Jokers. Archie was there. That's something so strange to say. Archie was there to stop the jungler from invading.
Albus from the side has that Cougar form, will get spotted out by Junie's ward, and that's a good space to be in. Now Junie can have that safety of just farming underneath with all the protection needed.
Junie going back to his roots there was the support player for Saigon Jokers, so he knows when to ward.
He knows where to
ward.
ward.
He knows how to save lives here.
This one here going for that big clear using the 2-shot barrage just to get that extra amount of farm in. That's good, he's putting all that pressure on Mr. Albus, and the roam cost him a lot of CS earlier on. Now, surprisingly, the double jungle isn't getting all those ganks that we thought they were going to have early on.
They sure aren't, but somehow they're still 1,300 gold ahead, and they're putting some decent pressure down on the map. They are all up in the jungle of Saigon Jokers, and look, they went to the blue buff at the typical 720 respawn. They went to the 720 respawn, but they were not able to get it just because AHQ did take away red buff away from Saigon Jokers at level 1, so they were not able to pick up the blue buff, which was meant to respawn at 720, which has instead respawned now.
Yeah, I was going to try to organize the portraits for them, but I realized you can't really match up against double jungle. So.
I mean, who goes where?
I put the solo laners together, and I think that was as good as it got.
Yeah, I mean, okay, solo laners and one jungler,
and you know, just all the weird stuff. Cynthia doing that dirty farm in that bottom lane. You saw he's going to enemy territory. And one thing which I love, I mean, AHQ is showing so much resilience against this double jungle meta. I'm going like, hey guys, no, just no. I'll play it as though you guys have a support.
Yeah, we'll just play this game as if
you did have double smite.
As if you did not have double smite, exactly. But I think the later this game goes, just because the Saigon Jokers here will have an extra damage dealer and not a support, they might be able to do something against AHQ.
Right, and of course, Mr. Albus here managed to escape. The pick of Nidalee was great because you do get so much escape potential in that mid lane. And that Pride's here also getting that farm up.
And Nidalee can run away.
Yes.
He can run away.
I think your tactic actually works, Fish. Your tactic's actually going to carry them through this game.
I'm going to go home and devise the best 5-man team composition on how to run away.
Yep.
You need
run.
China.
You need that. You need all those, man. For sure. And now QTV forced to farm in the top lane. His CS is a bit low compared to Lucian and all, but still, so far, so good. Lucian with the double Dorans. Probably going to pick up either the Sheen. I'm thinking the Sheen first before the Phage, because you just want that extra harassment to Gragas, the extra burst damage. It's very hard to push a Gragas out with consistent damage.
So one thing that normally happens when a team does run double jungle, because it has happened before and it has worked out for several teams. Not so much in the GPL, but in LCS and in the European scene, it has worked out sometimes. Normally what happens is somebody on the Saigon Jokers, which is running the double jungle team, will fall behind in terms of experience. But right now, as it stands, Saigon Jokers have more experience than AHQ. We see that Naz is a level behind both junglers from the Saigon Jokers, and Green Tea is behind a level from the lowest level on Saigon Jokers as well.
Right. Like the question is though, normally even if it's the experience advantage, the goal will kind of drop on these two champions. And that can actually hurt the team a lot into the late game when it comes to itemization.
But right now, as it stands as well, Lee Sin has more gold than Jarvan, and Aatrox has more gold than Fiddlesticks. It's not so much that can...
It's not that bad, I would say. It's just that the other carries will get more farmed up as the game goes. And normally what we see with the double jungle is that they want to actually secure that dragon early in the game. And that's not something SAJ has done so far, considering they have double smite going on to them.
still only 10 minutes into the game. They might be waiting for the next opportunity, but I do think if they pick up a kill anytime soon, that will be the Dragon.
Yeah.
And
They need it though. They need it. Yeah.
And Jax is being allowed to free farm with Singed.
With Singed, yeah. That's true.
In still this Singed, he can still pack a punch the later this game goes, but still, they're allowing Jax to get free farm.
Right, Jax is also one of those anti-AD carries, so it's always a big worry when Jax is bad.
Sure is. It looked like AHQ were thinking about going towards that Dragon Pit, but I don't think you should be anywhere near these buffs when there's 2 smites.
It's difficult. It's a very difficult position to be in. AHQ coming down for the pressure, gets the Sonic Wave onto him, follows up the smite. Will he get the kick off? Yes, he does. Right, turns on his ultimate. Everyone's coming onto him. I think that's it.
Tried there with a huge mistake. Archie put down the ward, but he flung Archie before he safeguarded to the ward,
Yeah.
efficiently giving Archie the mobility to get behind him and kick him back into his team.
Right, it's a bad timing sort of thing. Oh, Garena double here, going in for the fight based on the engage from Gragas' ultimate. Mr. Alba's coming in as well. Is he going to wait for the right moment? What? I don't think he's enough damage to do much. Oh, but gets a nice spear onto Archie in the blind.
Archie gets chunked, and that's going to allow Nick's Water to really push this mid lane though if he chooses to do so.
Right, they know that, and Ezreal has that big wave clear potential. Very easy to do so. Just a few missing shots, and you're good.
So it looks really good for the Saigon Jokers right now. They're using, even though they haven't gotten many early ganks off, they actually have. I mean, between the 2 junglers, they picked up 4 kills for their team. And here we go. UTV is actually going to get engaged on, and wow, that's a ton of damage coming down, but just not enough to pick him up.
They're what, 4 kills for their team?
They've picked up 4. Wait a second.
No, they've.
Oh my goodness, I got so confused. Their teams picked up 2 kills, but I was just counting the fact that there's 1 kill at least and 3 assists between them. So they picked up 2 kills for their team so far.
I was thinking, I thought I was sleeping because that was hilarious.
So they picked up 2 kills for the team, and compared to the none that Naz has picked up for AHQ, they're doing fairly well.
They're doing fairly well.
And
They're doing fairly well. And back to Garena Pause League. Trying this out.
And if we could have a look at the gold for a second, we might be able to see how this is impacting without having a support. I mean, we can see Fiddlesticks here, 1,900 gold. Everybody on Saigon Jokers is at least 3,000 gold right now, with the lowest being Aatrox and Lee Sin, who is still above gold compared to Jarvan. So this is paying off for them right now.
It is. That's amazing. Very good jungling here coming from SAJ. Green Tea going, drops the fear onto safety, missing a spear because of that. Garena Devil getting those shots in. Nick Water for the assist. Naz also gets in with a flag spear. Come on, Nick Water. They're going to isolate safety out. And a nice spear. They managed to burn that flash off of safety. And in the process, it was a wasted one.
They're just saying that no, you have 2 junglers, but both the junglers are not yours.
We got damage. That's all they needed. And Pride's are going in. They drop the ignite onto Junie. Junie has actually nowhere to run at the moment. Oh, gets hit by the poison by jumping into that minion.
The camera says he doesn't want to die though. Pride's gonna chase here. He's not taking tower damage. He can continue chasing. He flashes. Great mechanics coming in from Junie there.
Yeah, very close though. He jumped right into that poison trail at the very last moment. Might not good enough. Pride's now caught in a sticky situation. Archie from the sides gets the Tempest cripple in. Misses the Sonic Wave though. And of Go gets flung around.
And you can just see there, Archie, he's not a jungler. I mean, the safeguard, even I can't do the safeguard to ward jump very well. That was very, very slow safeguard to ward jump. Didn't kick him instantly and missed the resonating strike as well.
It was just, well, mechanics. Mechanics. And I don't blame him because it's not his kind of forte. It's not his go-to champion. But definitely one of those plays you go like, oh, I didn't like that.
So, still in favor of the Saigon Jokers there. Good job, Nidalee.
Good job.
You got over the wall. Oh.
The camera was really, really helpful though.
The camera was like, no,
we
just still missed it.
Oh man, safety does not have that blood well though, so I think the aggression from the jungle might be just that much lower.
He has 3 Doran's blades though.
He does have that 3 Doran's blades.
League of Dorans.
League of Dorans.
Ooh, chunk. A bit of damage there.
Right, and you know the money on these triple Dorans actually will set them behind a bit more. So, oh, and here Greedy coming from the side with the party, but it won't be enough. Naz does get the auto attack. The red buff has been popped. Will they use a Cataclysm? No. Not yet. They're still waiting for the best moment to do so. They're all just jumping head first. And Judy, oh no! Oh no! Delayed spear. Delayed spear.
What?
Delayed spear.
I thought he got out.
Waiting for the right moment. They get the spear onto Archie. Not enough. Cataclysm coming in. No mana.
Wait. Oh, no mana. Okay,
No
I was
mana.
confused why I didn't just. Ha! Demacia.
The delayed spear though, that was a hilarious moment.
That was-
Next Water and Safety getting some very nice turret damage onto tier 2.
That was questionable from Archie. They're coming in to try and save Junie from that 4-man gang, but nonetheless he did not die himself. So
And this is a really weird moment because AHQ
In your face.
in your face. Just
We don't need 2 junglers.
we don't need 2 jungles to
Need
take
one.
the first dragon of the game.
We just need 1.
We need 1. Yeah. That's really putting it to them, you know, showing. I mean, like I was saying, I really think the double smite might work, but it relies a lot more aggression and a lot of team coordination,
Yes.
which I don't think has been that strong a key here for SAJ.
I like the Ezreal pickup from the Saigon Jokers with this double jungler because without a support, that's one less person who can dedicate his entire time to peel for you.
Right, yeah.
So
He doesn't need that sort of assistance from a support.
Ezreal can be a bit more slippery, which makes it good for him.
It just makes it good, yeah. Garnet Devil though farming up real well as I think 148 CS in the top lane. Going to pick up the Triforce real soon. That's when he's going to start scaling up because the way its ultimate works is that it scales both attack speed and damage and AP. So, I mean, no, attack damage and AS.
Poor Junie there. Junie not getting the mechanics of Jax completely right there, not popping his W on the jump to grab that damage. Trying to get the reset, but he can't against Singe. They're going to go in though.
Oh, and the nice flash getting off at the right time. Archie dropping real low. Cataclysm comes in onto Archie. He has no way of escaping this one. A miss.
Oh, no.
Dark Flight there. And Garnet picks up 1 kill. Will it be enough? The next one in a very low spot. They get the Fear of double kill coming in. The culling being used. And just a small bit of health coming for safety. Will it be enough? Oh, just missing that by a small bit. Green Tea also not getting up. Wow.
Dark
Oh,
Wind.
Dark Wind does get that hit in. And Mr. Albert should be able to pick up this kill. Oh,
Garnet
Green Tea gets picked
Devil.
up by QTV at the corner. I'm a bit flabbergasted at the moment because AHQ got many lucky breaks in getting those kills, but so did SAJ. And SAJ's dive was very uncoordinated.
It sure was, and that safeguard coming from Lee Sin was quite questionable as well.
Yeah, a bit of a waste of those cooldowns. Yes, you managed to get in, but no, there was no impact as a jungler. And we're starting to see how they're falling off because without that extra amounts of money and double Zorans and all that, they're not picking up enough tanky items to do these dives anymore.
They sure are. They invested heavily into this early game. Not so good. And excuse me for a second, Overlay came up for a bit there. Overlay just said, I want some spotlight.
Me, my turn.
Me.
And Pride's actually now having a lot more sustain than Junie at the moment. Junie building for the Triforce with the Vamp Scepter. Oh, getting the stun in. Not enough. Darkfly misses on the stun still. And Pride should be able to run from this one. Green Tea, they get the Flag Spear combo. The Fear, everything. Oh, Pride's driving real low from the True Shot Barrage. Will it be enough? Safety does not have the Blood Well. Missing the Q in the process. A nice juke coming in.
Flag execute. Will the flag execute him? Yes, it will. Execute.
Yes, take that, Demacian flag in the face. Archie picks up Prides though, I think from the side. And now he's caught in a bad position. Nyx Water as well. They get some nice little damage onto him and they will disengage. The run tactic looking like a real thing now.
See, I don't like the pickup from Junie here. I don't like he's gone for Advanced Scepter and then a Trinity Force. I think it would have been much better off grabbing that Blade of the Ruin King early, having that sustain to deal with Singe and that damage based on Singe's health, especially early on before armor is being picked up by Singe as well. I thought that he would have been able to out-sustain the lane and out-damage Singe if he did that.
Right, it would have been way better, I think. So now Naz going in, he gets the Flag Spear onto Archie. Will Archie be able to safeguard to anyone for this? No, looks like he won't. Archie dropping really low. Nilly gets nice amounts of damage onto him, and of course they get the blue buff in response.
Somehow, Mr. Albus managed to outsmite Safety Smite.
Right, Mr. Alpha's got that one out. No jukes there because
Lily
of...
can run.
Oh, dodging out that True Shot Barrage by a small little hair. And they run away.
But
Green
Lily
Tea
can
coming from
run.
the side. They fear down onto Junie.
Red team's turret has
And
been
looks like on the top lane. I thought it was a kill, but it was just gun double picking up a turret.
So, Now we can see the champions can run.
Yeah, champions can really run.
Yes, they're very fast.
Legit tactics, man.
Fast
Legit.
champions, like race cars.
I'm expecting Korea to pick this up real soon. Mr. Alva's going there for the blue by himself. Once they get a siege down with the Rabadon's death cap from the lead, this is going to be Pain City 101.
Sure is, and he has,
module. Yeah.
he has that tier stacking up as well, so when that tier is fully stacked, he's gonna have the extra shield and damage as well.
So we saw both safety and RG have become really kind of a little bit midway because they don't have the skill of the items yet. And now Prize in the bot lane gets the turret and he can run away now.
He can run away, and there you can see the lack of sustain coming in.
Safety going in that one. They get an exhaust on gun level, forcing him to burn that flash. Oh, gets a bit of a bad play of the explosive cast, getting extra distance. For Garnet, that was run away, but they do pick up the turret.
They're able to pick up that turret there. Nidalee, Miss Albus on Nidalee here will pick up one in return. And now the goal lead is swinging in favor of AHQ Esports Club.
Right, and we're seeing how that early advantage has slowly been losing off, and I think it will not pay off as the minutes go by. 25 minutes, once AHQ builds up more of the big core items. Oh, there we go. They get the fear to drink water, he's dead, exhaust. Bam! Albus.
The surprise party is too strong.
No one wants his surprise party fill sticks today.
Nobody.
Yeah, it's usually quite a staple in GPL.
Yes, I thought so too. I mean, the doggy balloon animal.
I love the blue. And I like the
best.
you know, he's the ultimate best. Archie here. And one thing as well that SCG cannot afford because of how far the king died.
I like how you're just in the middle of, oh, this is happening.
Yeah.
Judy died.
Judy died.
He just dead.
Oh, they get a very nice spear, and of course the spear poke. Darkwind being irritating as usual. One thing that SAJ cannot do because the junglers are far behind in the gold now is that they can't afford to pick up the oracles. You know, they could pick it up, but I'll just set them further behind if they don't do anything about it. And AHQ here going for number 2 of the dragons.
Nope. Number 2 of the dragons here. Dragons.
Dragons, yeah.
Dragons.
Number 2 of 2 dragons, right? I know I'm the plural master when it comes to League of
Barons
Legends.
and dragons.
Barons, dragons.
There are many dragons in this game.
Next time when we have the fourth wave camp, right? The whites, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, and now Bride's put it out. So he's gonna pop the ultimate and run away.
Run away. See, I told you, AHQ.
Best tactic C.
Just run away.
Best tactic C.
I can't wait to see Naz just Cataclysm, EQ out, and run away.
Run away.
Good at running away.
If that happens, I'm buying you the next hot dog. Yeah, that's for sure. So HQ now 8-5. They are about 5,000 gold ahead. Great spot to be in. The items wise are really lackluster from the side of SAJ. I'm surprised. Look at that. Jack's not with a full core item at 23 minutes. Big problem for them. Gragas, yeah, he has the Theans, but that's only one core item, almost into Rabadon's. Ezreal's the only one with a Trinity Force. But on the side of AHQ, Nidalee with Rabadon's, Majai's for the major disrespect.
Oh man.
And of course, almost with, maximum disrespect, you know. And then of course, almost finish up the Archangel stuff.
That's gonna be quite deadly there. And they have a runaway team composition, so not gonna be called out too much. Magi's might be able to stack.
Magi's will be able to stack and get a quick disengage. Definitely looking good for them.
One thing I really don't like coming out from Saigon Jokers here is that they've gone for this early aggressive double jungle, but neither of them is a dedicated tank, and they don't have an off-lane tank. They have Jax and Dragons.
Yeah, it's triple DPS in all lanes.
Triple DPS and then 2 DPS junglers, so they don't have a frontliner who can, one, tank the spears coming in from Mr. Albus here, which none of them can do right now.
Oh, here's the party, and they catch out 2 of them. They get the spear onto Archie, a nice flag spear combo. They manage to disrupt, or do they actually help in the process of catching up to Junie? Junie manages to walk away. Really nice play coming in from Green Team. I was going to say GG, my goodness.
My goodness, one spear just took Nick Squatter down to half health there. That just shows how strong this poke and disengage composition that AHQ have right now is.
It's the best, and I expect many teams to pick this up in the coming weeks.
It's such a cheesy tactic, especially putting Cinch in there just makes it even better.
Yeah, because you can do the laugh, especially once you're done running away.
Yes.
Or they get
you can laugh while running.
You can laugh while running.
You just stop for a second, laugh, and you keep running.
That's the best part. And you're right, because of how it's worked out, we saw SAJ blow a lot of their ultimates earlier on, and therefore it was a free turret for the side of AHQ. Very nicely done. Miss Albert's also stealing that red buff away, like a boss.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
And with that being said, they can now, with a tier 2 turret gone in the mid lane, easy rotations in the top, the bottom and the top. They're going to clear out the bot lane. They need to push out the lanes, right? I think. Yeah.
I think they need to
Yeah,
push
I
up
think
lanes,
so
but
too.
Junie here trying to get onto green team. Green team's gonna flash.
His 3-second fear is the best, and there's no tenacity whatsoever on the side of SAJ. So 3 seconds is a full amount of time to disengage.
Yes, it's enough time. That's the calculated amount of time here by the AHQ to disengage and run away.
And run away. SAJ getting all that poke, and it's not the best position to be in. In fact, if AHQ were to start any objectives, it's kind of easy pickings.
The only thing they have going for them right now is that they have double smite, so
So they can contest for those bigger, like Dragon and Baron buffs, maybe do a nice steal.
hopefully they
Hopefully. I'm not going to count too much on it because as it stands, and you were mentioning AHQ does have a superior poke right now.
Yes, they
And,
sure
and they
do.
can go really far for them.
I think the next team fight actually might decide this game. Just based on the two team compositions, how AHQ are just going to keep scaling this game and being able to continually disengage and poke down Saigon Jokers, I think this next team fight will decide the game.
Yeah, and I think it's an SAJ tactic going a bit wrong for them at the moment because they weren't able to capitalize on the early start, and now they're paying the price by not having a single piece of map dominance.
None at all.
Yeah, they got 2 wards here, but with an Oracle on green tea, it's just a matter of time.
And Junie on Jax, he's going to be able to pick up that Blade of Ruin King soon and have the 2 core items for the current meta of Jax, but after that, he's just going to get melted by a 3-second fear.
Right, early on, we were looking at how the goal was so unbalanced for the side of AHQ and Saigon Jokers. Now, wow, look at that, 9k average. On the important champions on the team.
And Aatrox is close to the gold of Fiddlesticks now.
Right, so it was just a matter of time for them.
Yep.
Knowing that the jungle was, in this patch, one thing about the Season 3 patches is that jungle minions don't scale up. As Season 4, from what I understand, is that the minions will scale. So you get more rewards for farming the jungle.
So SNJ playing this tactic in the wrong season, I think.
Wrong season, yeah, they're
Wrong
preempting it though.
Need to wait for the next Green of Pause League season to try it out. Next Green
Or
of Pause.
spring
Pause.
spring pause.
the pause before summer?
The pause for some, whoa, that was like some crazy time shift going on in that game. And they got their rotation up, they got the top lane. They can just easily swing bottom, and I think SAJ's gonna have a very tough time defending this one out. Archie gonna try to go in. Oh, they get the spear onto him. Just some chunky damage from the side.
Sure is some chunky damage there. We're gonna see Pride
Right
here.
here, getting the fling onto Judy. Not enough trade coming in as well. This is a very nice move for Pride to be in. He can actually build up into the Liandry's comment very, very soon. Now
Sure
they can
can.
realize.
And we've realized that's gonna hurt tanky champions even more. Pride just needs to be a little bit careful without any tanky items just yet. I mean, Rylai's and Honey guys will give him some health, but just not tankier stats that he will need.
Right,
Still an annoying champion though.
Still an annoying champion. The thing that I'm not concerned with is that it's not like SAJ has a very big tank.
Yes.
So they can do a lot more before engaging.
You can already see they're just sieging towers so well. Miss Albert's constantly throwing spears up and down into the team of the Saigon Jokers. Naz there pops the shield, blocks some of that damage, but not too much.
Right, he has the Magi, so with the Magi's on him, Nidalee is actually looking really good.
Might see surprise Fiddle come in here. No, he decides not to.
No, there's no need to. They can just disengage this one.
They can run away.
They can run away. This is a very, very simple game for them right now because there's no retaliation from SAJ whatsoever. And the thing, like you're mentioning, they got no engage now.
Yes, and they have to go now. They have to stop this inhibitor going down.
The question is how.
Exactly. The AHQ just gonna run away. If they don't stop them from pushing into their base, I think that would be game over for Saigon Jokers.
It looks really bleak for them. Actually going from the side, and it looks like there was a failed moment there. Judy going from the back, getting Mr. Albert to use the archer, the star shield. The calling comes in from the side. Safety in the worst position possible. Mr. Albert gets a nice little snipe with the spear. Pride at the back line going ha 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 ha. And they get it inhibitor for free.
Going straight to the bank for that money there. Here you go, green team flashes in, gets the fear. Bank is open on a Sunday for Nick's one there and picks that one up.
Yeah, money in the bank. AHQ, they easily pick up this inhibitor. Are they going to end the game?
I think that's
they
game.
can.
I don't think there's anything the Saigon Jokers can do to stop this.
Ultimate's all down. Garena Devil still high and alive here. They're going to take one. They aren't going to play it too risky. I don't blame them. But then again, you know, they go all the way with that one. Gragas and Lee Sin shouldn't be able to do anything about that.
I don't think they would have been able to. Looks like they're going to play it safe, as you said. Head back to base, grab the last few items, and then go for that final push.
Mr. Albus picks up that blue buff there. This is a good move for them. And
Dragons.
Dragons.
Third Dragons.
Third Dragon.
Dragons, number 3.
Dragon number 3.
Calling Dragons, number 3. Please report for
Please
AHQ.
report to AHQ, who only has one smite.
Yes, we only need one smite.
Yeah.
Now it's just saying, you can take your double jungle. We don't need you.
Yeah, you can take the buffs, but we'll take the gold.
Yes.
We take
We
the
take
money.
the game.
You
You can have your buffs. We take the game. Game's ours.
This is really, really good for SCJ at the moment. Gold score 49 to 38. That's 10,000 gold ahead, and 10,000 gold distributed amongst the important champions. That's the biggest part, I think.
And Fiddlesticks has overtaken Aatrox.
That's good enough for us. And that's a good sign, actually.
Has a glacial shroud.
He's a man.
He's a man.
He's a man.
He is a manly man. I want to see him build that gauntlet.
The gauntlet.
I don't want to see him. I don't want a frozen heart. I want the gauntlet.
I want the gauntlet too.
Yes.
For kiting potential.
Yes.
And so Fiddlesticks didn't have
Surprise.
enough. That's a lot of area effect stuff though.
Oh man.
And Mr. Albus and
And
the
they
rest
can
of the
run
team
away
waiting
better.
mid. They can run.
They can run.
They can run. I love
Why is there no Shirelias?
this is gonna be my next rank 5 team strategy.
We have the Twin Shadows. Where's the Shirelias?
For the extra disengage power.
And Rylai's. Come on, man. I mean, they just have everything they need to run away.
Come on, HQ. You guys know what you need to do. I felt like the really bad boxing coach. It's like, come on, you know what you need to do. Come on. And HQ here, they don't need the Baron buff. They're just gonna siege from the side, and once they will down long enough, that's it.
I'd love if the next game between these two teams, AHQ goes with no jungler. Like, yeah, we don't even need your jungle.
You can take it. Oh, and safety there with a very bad engage. The lags.
Yes, the lags.
The lags.
Don't pause.
I didn't know League of Pause extended to the casters as well, because I've never had that in my life.
League of Pause, let's look. We see 38G, 38G, 300G, 25G, plus 27 health. Plus 26, plus 24.
So much gold going around.
Lots of gold.
And I can safely say, now that Jarvan, I mean, they've taken out safety.
I can safely say safety's dead.
I can safely say that. The Tyrant looks like it's going down as well. And this could be an easy game for the side of HQ. They're going hard on this one.
100G thrown out of the safeguard there. Garnet Devil and Mr. Albus
That
doing
double kill
work.
coming in. It's almost an ace. Where's QTV? He went back into the base. He's like, you guys, I bought that first ward early in the game and we didn't win. Come on.
So that would look like an easy game there for AHQ. I mean, Saigon Jokers caused a little bit of a hiccup for them early on with that double jungle, catching them off guard a little bit, but was not able to transition into the mid and late game to pick up a win.
Right, so final score 16-5 with AHQ. I think of a very decisive victory in that one. They were unfazed by that double jungle opening by Saigon Jokers.
They sure were, and they played it out perfectly. I mean, the double jungle did create a little bit of a hiccup early on for AHQ Esports Club, but was not able to do too much for them. And eventually AHQ played it out very well, counted out the double jungle quite nicely by protecting their buffs, engaging on early team fights, and pretty much wrecking the jungle.
That's right. Okay, so that was game 2 of 4 games tonight in the GPL. I mean, we brought it bigger and better this year.
Sure did.
Yeah.